Hello. This is another attempt to make a video for the It Gets Better project. And the first thing I want to say is that it's not difficult for me to make this video because life is hard now, or that I feel suicidal now. Nothing. It's hard for me to make this video because my heart is breaking for the people who don't realize it does get better. And there's a lot of kids out there who don't understand what their life is now is not what their life is going to be. And I think it's a tragic situation that we as a society keep allowing this to happen. How many videos need to be made? How many kids need to take their lives? And even if you don't take your life, how many kids need to be scarred for life? Before we get it that, this needs to stop. Enough. And so I wanted to, I wanted to make this video again, not because my life is difficult today. Today, I'm blessed. I have a great life. I'm very happy. I could go on and on and on. It doesn't matter. But the main point is it got better. It got a lot better. And it's still getting better. At 43 years old, it's still getting even better. And to let you know where things were for me, and that to tell you the history behind that is not, it's to show you that it doesn't really matter how bad it is, it will still get better. And I'm gay. Have no problem saying that I'm gay. That obviously and naturally was not always the case. And I grew up in southern Texas, and growing up I actually went by the name Trey. My full name, yes kitty, I'm trying to make a video. My full name is Fulmer Abner Duckworth III. So Trey is a nickname for being the third. And so they used to call me Gay Trey. And so everywhere I went, Gay Trey, Gay Trey, Gay Trey. And I was picked on in school, physically, emotionally, and verbally. Actually, there's the theme on Glee where the guy keeps shoving Kurt into the lockers, and they used to do that they would come up to the back of my head and they would knock my head into the lockers, and throw my school books out the bus window, just crazy stuff. I had actually been out on a playground, and I was jump roping, and they pulled the rope, and I fell flat on my hands, and my hands were all cut up from the rocks. And on my way home from school that day, they were trying to pull me out of my seat, and I had my hands up against the seat in front of me, and because I was fighting them, because I knew what they were going to do if they got me out of my seat on the bus. And so I was pushing up, and my hands, the ones that they were all cut up, were sliding against the back of the seat in front of me, and it hurt. And it was bad, and they would actually form gangs after school to come and try and find me, and I kind of had this, I couldn't just walk down the street, because, obviously they would find me. So the way I would actually get around my neighborhood would be that I would actually, jump over people's fences and cut through their backyards, and through woods. There was trails and stuff through woods. I grew up in a rural area, so there was a lot of woods and stuff, so I would travel through the woods and stuff, so basically people couldn't see me or see where I was. and that's how I would get around in my neighborhood. And and it was bad. I certainly wanted to commit suicide. Wasn't quite sure how to do it. I'm older than the kids that are out there now, and there was no internet or anything like that. So I actually am grateful that I really didn't have the knowledge on how to do it. My father had guns and stuff, and I thought I would try that, but I didn't know how to load the gun. I didn't know where the bullets were. I didn't really know anything about that, and so and the other thing that I wanted to say that. And I hope that there is someone like this in your life. And if there isn't someone in your life like this now, there actually will be at some point. But when I was going through all this in school, the teachers saw it. Like when the kids pulled the jump rope, the teacher actually yelled at me as if saying that I started it, which I was just jump roping. I mean, I played by myself, I ate lunch by myself. None of the kids would let me eat at their table, so I would actually sit up on the stage and eat my lunch on the stage. And so I don't know how I possibly could have started anything. But so it seemed like nobody cared. I really, really believed that nobody cared, and that I didn't matter. And that I felt that there was nothing to live for. My home life was not great on top of everything else, and I really didn't see a purpose. And there was one, the school nurse. I don't know her name. I have no idea. I don't even really know how she found out about any of this, but I used to get migraine headaches, obviously from all the stress, and she told me one day, she sat me down and she said, in a roundabout way, I understand what's happening to you, and she says, when it gets bad, she says, when it gets bad, tell them you have a headache and you come here. And she says, and you're safe here. And I know a lot of people may look at that and say, well, out of all the people in my life, there was one person who seemed to care. And the benefit you have is you have access to the internet, and you have access to people like me who want to make videos to tell you that even if you don't have one person directly in your life that cares, you have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people in the world who do. Millions, it's not thousands, it's millions. And we genuinely care. And, and I know you hear all this, these, evangelical pastors and stuff who, homosexuality is abomination, and you hear all this hatred. And try to remember that it's actually a small number of people who are saying these hateful things. They just happen to have very loud voices. And it's the fact that their voices are so loud that it makes them seem like there's so many. Most people in this world are good. Most people in this world are kind. And most people in this world care. And I hope that my video and the countless other videos that are here, and I hope people keep adding videos, and to, and not as many as we can, until we get to each and every one of you out there who feels that you're not worthy, you're not worth anything, that there's nothing to live for, all of us who have made it through where you are, we all know from the bottom of our hearts that there is something to live for, and that it does get better. And it's not even that it gets better, it gets good. Like, life is good, and there's a lot of good things out there for you. And you just have to get through this period, this very short, I know it seems like an eternity, but this very short, horrible period of time in your life. And once you get to the other side, you will have a life that you can't possibly imagine. And I'm not talking about you're going to be rich. I'm not talking about you're going to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. That all is possible, but that's not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to is you will be a whole person, and you will understand that. You will understand that all of these people are wrong. There's no other way to put it. They're wrong. They're wrong, and they're ignorant, and they're cruel. And you're actually better than they are. And I just, please do whatever you can. There's the Trevor Project. Call them. Go to their website. If there's nobody in your life that you feel that you can trust, reach out to them. You can trust them. And my thoughts, my prayers, my everything that I can possibly give to you is with you. And I hope that it's enough to get you through where you are. And remember, it gets better. Fulmer. Sorry.